already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo. Shine himself, aka La Lobo, aka La Sazon, aka El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, go get your shirt. Go get your shirt right now. Y'all already know. God first, everything second. God first, everything second. Go get it in your Punch Drunk Boxing stores right under the video and stuff like that. Right under the video, man. First and foremost, God bless each and every one of y'all. That's supposed to be first. God bless each and every one of y'all. Y'all, let's just piggyback a little bit of what yesterday, man. Let's just piggyback of what a little bit yesterday, and I gotta say thank you to the people that have contributed to the channel, donated to the channel, super chat, cash app. Thank you, man. And smashing the like button and sharing the videos. It helps the visibility of the video on the channel. Y'all already know, man. I'm trying to give y'all the best content I could give y'all. You know, going to stage, trying to go to fights, trying to bring you some exclusive. I'm trying to do my best, y'all. I'm not like these other media personnel, which they doing a great job, but most of them got like 2 people, 3 people helping them out. I'm only a one-man band. You feel me? I'm a one-man army. You feel me? So for the people that, man, thank you for the help and the feedback and the replies, good or bad. Just try to preserve the sport of boxing. You know, preserve the fighters. First and foremost, preserve the fighters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got some big fights coming up. Y'all already know Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua versus Usyk, and then, of course, the purse bid for Terrence Bud Crawford versus Sean Showtime Porter. Now, of course, people are still talking about the Yordenis Ugas win over Manny Pacquiao. And people's talking about where you're going to have these guys now, the welterweight, your top welterweight list, your top 5. You know, you do got, look, where are you going to put Ugas now? Is he a top 5? Was he in the top 5? Was he outside of the top 5? Is Keith Thurman outside of your top 5 because of inactivity? Is it Bud Crawford on top of Ugas? Pause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, peep this. We saw that Ugas actually competed versus a legit elite welterweight, and we've been trying for Bud Crawford to do the same. I'm seeing people talking about that now it's Earl Spence and Bud Crawford as the number 1 and number 2. If Bud Crawford's already the number 2, then why people are begging him to fight, you know, fighters that the other guys have already fought? Ladies and gentlemen, maybe it's time for Ugas to be number 1 or number 2, right? Number 2. Is he number 1? Nah. But number 2, you could give it to Ugas. He did beat Manny Pacquiao. The same guy, Manny Pacquiao, that beat Keith Thurman, that around that time when he beat Keith Thurman was the number 1. Let's not forget that Earl Spence and Bud Crawford been calling out Keith Thurman a couple of years ago, and Keith Thurman was still undefeated. Just because of his inactivity or his injury, we didn't put him, ain't no dropping Keith Thurman, just like ain't no dropping Earl Spence. He got an eye injury. He went through his car accident. We ain't put him down, right? So, you just got to keep the same energy, keep it consistent. I believe that Yordenis Ugas will probably be the number 2. You got to put him ahead in the welterweight division. You got to put him ahead of Bud Crawford right now. Now, let's see what Bud Crawford's going to do if he faces the likes of Sean Porter, in which a lot of people also felt that Ugas beat Sean Porter. There's a lot of people out there that felt that Ugas beat Sean Porter. So, we just got to keep the same energy. We got to keep the same energy. I hope everybody saw the yesterday live show. And look, guess what? I was actually looking at the fight again. The fight was close, and I am content with my scorecard. Even watching the fight again, I am content with the scorecard. Yes, I'm content with the 115, 113 giving the Ugas. I'm content with my scorecard when I gave it 114, 114. You follow me on Twitter. Yes. And then if you look at both of these guys' faces, for the people that saying that, oh, it was not a close fight, it was not a close fight, maybe you were just begging for somebody to actually beat Manny Pacquiao. That's what it is. If people say that this was not a close fight, it's because you was just begging for Manny Pacquiao to just walk away or retire or whatever it is. You're vendetta with Manny Pacquiao, or you just got tired of Manny Pacquiao, you got tired of the fans, you got tired of the praises and things of that nature, or you hate that, I say. You already know Manny Pacquiao, 8th Division World Champion, 5 lineal, 12-time world champion, the senator, the ambassador, the humanitarian, the great father, great husband, the great karaoke singer of them all, Manny Pacquiao. We were Dennis Ugas, and just piggyback on what we was talking about yesterday, and just a little bit of it yesterday, so we could lead into these other new topics. I still don't think that Dennis Ugas getting the type of love that he deserves. I don't see him getting the type that he deserves. You know, there's people out there that like to use fighters to, how you say it, to complement their narrative, right? You know, you remember with Rigondeaux and Casimero, people will say, oh, they dissing the Cuban fighters, but then you just want to throw them back into the garbage because it would just fit in your narrative and your race-baiting ways. You know who they are. Dennis Ugas is the number 2 welterweight of the world. Now that could change in a couple of months if we see Sean Porter and Bud Crawford, see what transpired from that. We got to see how one is going to neutralize the other, how one is going to beat the other. You know, I think that the style of beating who up, you know, either if Sean beats Bud beats if Sean beats Bud or Bud beats Sean. That sounded kind of a little fruity right there. Bud beat Sean, beat Bud, beat but anyway. It's not June, y'all. Y'all chill, relax, pause. So yeah, let's talk a little bit also about Keith Thurman and going at Leonard Ellaby, Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellaby, in that press conference of Manny Pacquiao and the weigh-in of Manny Pacquiao and Ugas. I ain't touched base on that. Of course, I did an interview with Keith Thurman. Go check it out. Everybody go check that video out and share that video. Come on, man. If I'm giving y'all some exclusive, y'all gotta hook y'all boy up and share it and like it, my brother. Hey, come on. Give your boy some props. Give Mr. Moonshine, give some props. So Keith went ham on Leonard Ellaby. Right? As a matter of fact, Leonard Ellaby should go ahead and supply him the contract. Supply Keith Thurman the contract. They not gonna give no Keith Thurman no damn contract or Gervonta Davis. They don't even want to. Yo, first and foremost, they said that Leonard Ellaby is one of the guys that said that Josh Taylor brings nothing to the table. Also, remember, Floyd Mayweather said that he probably needed one more fight to face the guys like Teofimo Lopez. So all of a sudden, you want to go to a guy that is known for power, that Keith Thurman, send the contract, stop bullshit. Send the contract, Leonard Ellaby, and stop bullshit. Come on, you know, you can't be lying like that. Don't be like, oh, he's going to knock out Keith Thurman. Don't be lying like that. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Pinocchio? Your nose can't get bigger than that. You know what happens when you lie. Your nose get bigger, Mr. Pinocchio. I do think they're using this as promo anyway, to be honest. I don't think they got the balls, the testicular fortitude. I don't think they got the bolas, the cojones to put Gervonta Davis versus Keith Thurman. And maybe this is why Tank Davis haven't said a word. You saw how lit Keith Thurman gets. Don't y'all love it when Keith Thurman gets hype? Got one of the best gift of gabs in the game. You saw his eyes. You saw that. You saw the "don't duck me, son." He should have said that to Leonard Ellaby. "Don't duck me, son. Give me the damn contract." This is what it is with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, he don't say a lot of stuff. You know, when he's, you know, he's not around, you don't hear him. He's not social media. But when he gets to talking, And then when he talks about that contract talk, nobody would have thrown that contract. A lot of people was talking about the Earl Spence, right? The Earl Spence fight. Remember back in the days when Floyd Mayweather said, yo, fight Earl and then you can fight me. Give him the contract, Floyd. Give him the contract, Earl Spence. What about Bud Crawford? Remember they was going back and forth, and what did Keith Thurman did? Supplied him with 2 contracts to negotiate. And a lot of people still be hating on Keith Thurman, but he's the guy that be like, let's the contract, let's go. All right, man, so stop bullshitting, because at the end of the day, the contract is the real call out. Now, of course, Leonard Ellerby was also answering to shout out to the boxing voice, and that's the give that he put it out there. In my opinion, damn, I should have asked the question to Keith Thurman, and that was my fault, y'all. I should have went into the tank thing. Maybe I get another opportunity, and probably, to be honest, I wouldn't even ask the question. I would actually make a statement. I do believe that bringing a tank to his face at this stage of his career is a disrespect to Keith Thurman. It's you telling Keith Thurman that that's it, he's done. That's it, he's finished. That's how I feel. I think it's a disrespect for people to think that when Keith Thurman is trying to chase the likes to fight Bud Crawford or Earl Spence, and then you want to call him like Tank Davis, like if that's really gonna help him out. If Keith Thurman worry about the numbers and the pay-per-views, you know what I'm saying? He'll be out there in social media, and he got the best gift to gab, one of the best gift to gab, him and Tyson Fury in the sport of boxing. But I like the way that Keith Thurman approached. I want to see what Leonard Ellerby has to say after that. I can't see the Twitter because he got me blocked on Twitter. You can't take the truth. You can't handle the truth, Mr. Pinocchio. Let's finish going to the Chinese buffet. Now, peep this. If they say that Earl Spence could be back, right? And let me just say, let's stay there just a little bit with the Keith Thurman and Earl Spence, because you know, if you've been following the channel, that, as a matter of fact, I created these type of content in the beginning of my channel. Those are the content that I was actually really talking about. I was talking about the Earl Spence and the Keith Thurmans more so than others. Earl Spence got in a car accident, and thank you God that he's alive and well. Got injured, came back, beat Daniel Garcia. Now he's injured again. You remember in that press conference with PBC when they signed that Fox deal, and it was everybody in the podium? And you remember when Earl Spence crashed his what you call it? When he crashes, take this out. When Earl Spence crashed his interview, and he was like, "You always injured. You gonna get injured. You gonna get injured right after whatever." He was just trying to say that he's injury prone. Seems like Earl Spence is now injury prone, and not only is Earl Spence have piggyback off Keith Thurman's career, he has followed the blueprint of Keith Thurman's career, fighting Porter, then fighting Daniel Garcia, and then was about to fight Manny Pacquiao, but that didn't come to fruition because of his injury. And everybody was telling Keith, even before a year passed, 12 months, yo, strip him. He's holding the welterweight division hostage. Strip him. He's injured. He's always injured. It might be a lie. You see all these new things about, if COVID was a lie, if Tyson Fury really had it, if T.O. really had it, is this guy really have his injury? They was doing that to Keith Thurman several years ago. Let's not forget how Keith Thurman hate started. It actually started with the Floyd Mayweather fan base when Keith Thurman was going at Floyd Mayweather. We already know that Floyd Mayweather got a lot of haters, but he got a lot of supporters. The fans of Earl Spence was really Floyd Mayweather's fan base. Remember, it was Floyd that pushed Earl Spence to Keith. And then, Earl Spence was saying, I've been calling out Keith since 2015. Now, Floyd been calling you've been calling your name out to Keith Thurman. That's what it was. That's how it started. Now, people ain't keeping the same energy? I'm not saying for Earl Spence to drop the belt. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, why people ain't keeping the same energy? Why people ain't keeping it that he's just injury prone? People wanted to question, oh, how did Keith Thurman hurt his elbow? How did Keith Thurman hurt his hand? Well, how the hell was Earl Spence hurt his eye? Huh? Now we know what happened to the car accident, but what happened to the eye? How it happened? I do believe that he got a retina tear, but how he got it? And this is when you see the hate, when the fighters get hated and respected. You know, people don't want to keep the same energy. So the last time that Earl Spence fought was almost last year. Around this time, let's say, I remember when later on that year he had surgery. Later on that year, was it when he fought Lamont Peterson? When Earl Spence fought Lamont Peterson, everybody was already yelling, Keith, you're ducking, while he was injured. Keith, you're ducking. Drop the belt if you ain't gonna fight him. Drop the belt. Y'all remember that? So let's keep keep the same energy. Are you calling for Earl Spence to get stripped? Are you going to the WBC or the IBF? And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you that they've been very, very lenient to Earl the True Spence, because I've been saying it for 2 years, y'all. The only one in the YTBC that had been saying what happened to Abdul Kokorov. Abdul Kokorov been mandatory for the IBF since March 2019. But ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody crying like they was crying for Dillian White. Ain't nobody crying like they was crying for Devin Haney. Devin Haney's getting dunked by little chicken. What about Charlo? Charlo was in position to get he don't want to fight the slick fighter. You don't want, well, what about Earl Spence? Don't want to fight the slick. The slick where he from? UK? Somewhere out there across the pond? Huh? He's a little slick fighter. Abdul Kokorov was a little slick. Y'all know that Earl Spence got that Mexican style fighting. Look how I got people mad. Look, no, you're not, motherfucker. What you trying to say? What you trying to say? See, you always on some shit. Yeah, Earl Spence got that Mexican style fighting. That's why he fights in the pocket. He likes going to the body. He's rugged. He throws a lot of cumulative punches. He's ready to go toe to toe. And he got taught by a Mexican. Yeah. You ain't know that, right? Yeah, Earl Spence got a Mexican style fight. Just like Virgil Ortiz. They mirror each other. Yeah. Don't get mad. I'm telling you the truth. Go ask Earl Spence who taught him. Go ahead. I give you time. Go ahead. Hit him up on Twitter. Go hit him at IG. Yeah. Maybe he don't want to fight a slick fighter. Nah, just play. You see, I just love it, like turning these little narratives around on people. That's so easy, man. Anyway. So, how about Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence next? If they say that Earl Spence is going to be back in a month, you get right back into the gym and get the fight done by December. Earl the True Spence versus Keith one time Thurman. Let's go! How about it? I mean, Keith Thurman said that he'd rather not fight a tune-up, that he just want to go straight right into a training camp and fight one of the best. There you go! I do believe that Keith Thurman is in the top 15 in the WBC. And he's injured. They're probably giving him another voluntary defense. I mean, he used up it was supposed to be the voluntary with Dennis Garcia. He used it, and they at first they said it was voluntary, and then they ended up saying, okay, that was the mandatory. So there you go. Keith Thurman versus Earl the True Spence. He'll be back in a month, just like his people been saying. It's not that serious, right? Let's keep that same energy. Let's keep that same energy. Y'all was rushing Keith one time Thurman. Let's go right now. Don't give a damn if you're shoulder, hand injury. Come on, let's go. They was calling him the Derrick Rose. Nah, let's go. December, Keith one time Thurman, Earl Spence, or strip Earl Spence. Or you need to vacate. Aha! See, y'all want to keep the same energy. You see how I get people? They don't want to keep the same energy, ladies and gentlemen. They want to keep the same energy. Now, But that'll be a good fight, though. Let's move it along with Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez, y'all. Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez, of course. Canelo Alvarez, 4-division world champion, the cash cow, the pound for pound #1 dude in the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez, he's peaking, he's in his prime, his intellect, his physical ability and IQ is coexisting at the highest level. He's in all cylinders, and he is a gym rat, ladies and gentlemen. A damn gym rat, bro. He stays prepared. He's always in the gym. He's always getting better. I don't see nobody beating Canelo Alvarez. No. Ganar no a ese tipo. Nadie no le gana a ese tipo. Now, just because I say that Canelo Alvarez will beat everyone they put in front of him, that doesn't mean I said it was going to be easy. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the yesterday live show, I did say this. I said that Caleb Plant has the quality of turning that fight into how Kovalev did Canelo. If Kovalev could land those jabs and stay on the outside, because I believe that Caleb Plant got a better footwork than Kovalev. I don't think that he got a better stiff jab, a powerful jab. But let's not neglect that Kovalev was doing pretty good before he got knocked the fuck up. He was doing pretty good with the jab. And you can honestly say that Kovalev was actually outboxing Canelo Alvarez. But of course, man, Canelo Alvarez has a way in positioning himself. He doesn't waste movement. He doesn't waste punches. Good placement puncher, good counter puncher. And he is a 12-round fighter. He knows what he's doing. He knows how you're breathing. He knows if you're winding down. He knows when you soften up. Canelo Alvarez is just a smart fighter. One of the greats. Could retire right now and become and be a Hall of Famer. He's a walking Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen, already. But I don't think it's going to be as easy as everybody else said it's going to be. Because even with the Billy Joe Saunders, he will take these guys into rounds. Even with Callum Smith, he'd take these guys into rounds. Let's not forget this. He went a whole 12 round with one of the laughing stock of boxing. Let's just keep it real. Mr. Stiletto Blue Hair himself, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Let's put Jr. there. Because I know Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was like, porque yo le di mi nombre a ese muchacho. Miras cómo es. ¿Por qué le dices mi nombre? Yo tenía que darle el nombre de tu mamá. Porque así como tú estás estando. Mira los pelos. Mira los zapatos. ¿Qué está haciendo, hijo mío? Yo soy senior. Mira, la gente me quieren a mí. Me tienen respeto. Y miras cómo mi hijo está. Con esos pelos azul. Con esos zapatos es mujeres. Es chopeadora. ¿Por qué tú te pareces con una chopeadora, mi hijo? But even Canelo Alvarez went a whole 12 rounds with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Feel me? So, let me get in front of this diesel truck. So, Canelo Alvarez really doesn't rush. Even with what's his name? I even forgot his name. Eldrim, whatever, the guy that he knocked out in the third round. That was supposed to be made a mandatory, that guy, right? Yildirim. Yildirim, sorry. But Canelo Alvarez, he's Cerebral. How you say Cerebral? Cerebral. I forgot that word, but you know what I'm talking about. Canelo Alvarez knows how to break you down mentally and physically. And he has power in both hands. Again, good placement punches. I do think that Caleb Plant is going to have, a lot of people talking about Truax. And yeah, of course, a lot of people talking about that. He hasn't taken a lot of people out, Caleb Plant. But let's not forget, look. There's a lot of fighters out there. There is a lot of fighters out there that has struggled with the guy that you least expect. The greats have struggled with the guy that you least expect. Let's not forget Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali struggled with George. What's his name? George from Canada. What's his name? I got it on the tip of my tongue. I always talk about him, but I got so many names of fighters. from Canada. He said that was his toughest opponent. Let's not forget that, look, we were talking about Thurman earlier. He got knocked down by a guy that we don't even know early in his career. Let's not forget that Mikey Garcia got put down by a guy that has way less power than Earl Spence. Earl Spence couldn't put him down. Let's not forget that Adrian Broner was the guy that actually floored Sean Porter, in which Spence couldn't floor him. He touched the glove, but he couldn't floor him. Keith Thurman couldn't floor him. Ugas couldn't floor him. Daniel Garcia couldn't floor him, but Adrian Broner did. You feel me? So for the people out there that be like, yo, but look at who he fought. Look at what he's done to them. You never know what fighter, and it could be the guy that you least expected, that actually gives him trouble. We need to stop thinking like that. We need to stop premature thinking that this is an easy fight. The fight hasn't happened. Now you could predict a win and a loss, but in boxing you just never know what's gonna happen. Look at Ugas and Manny Pacquiao. You ain't think it was gonna end like that. You ain't think that Ugas was gonna do extremely well, even though he was getting hit as well. It was a great matchup. But a lot of people didn't predict that. What about Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua? What about how Juan Montiel did versus Jamal Charlo? What about Brian Castano versus Jamal Charlo? I think that this year, and a lot of these fights, a lot of big fights, have really surprised the people out there. This past Saturday, it was a couple of upsetters. So for those, yeah, we think highly of Canelo Alvarez. I think highly of Canelo Alvarez, but I'm saying it that his style, and Caleb Plant, who is a constant professional, he don't go out like that. He has wifey. He's not in the club getting drunk. He's been a constant professional. And shout out to Caleb Plant and his family and his beautiful daughter up there in heaven. Caleb Plant is a serious guy. And not only is a fight, he's a boxer that moves around. Let's not forget that the dude is a street fighter too. There's videos of him out there fighting. So when it needs to dig deep, ain't no fear in Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is a natural 168-pounder. Canelo Alvarez, he's just a natural gifted that could go through rounds. He's pound for pound number one. But I don't think that Caleb Plant is going to be easy. See, look at Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant knew that before he wasn't ready for Canelo Alvarez. He ain't signed the first time. He ain't signed the second time. But now that you know that he signed, then probably mentally and physically now he's highly prepared for Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, a lot of people was mad, but if the fight is going to happen November 6th, that's it. Let's stop talking about the negotiations and who was scared and who didn't want the fight. That's it. November 6th is going to come. And I'm going to say, I'm just already making my prediction that Canelo Alvarez is going to be Caleb Plant, but it's not going to be easy. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's going to be a stoppage. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's going to be a knockout. I think it's going to go to a decision. I do believe that Caleb Plant is a very good boxer. Not a special one, but a very good boxer that knows how to stay out of trouble, that know how to control range, that know how to identify distance and things of that nature, can move around the ring. Now, is his power going to keep Canelo Alvarez back? Not even Triple G's power could keep Canelo Alvarez back. Not even Kovalev could keep him back. So no, but power is really not everything. It's all about placement punches and hitting him with shots that he can't see. Now, again, Canelo Alvarez just working on all cylinders. And also Canelo Alvarez got a very underrated defensive game as well. He got great upper body movement. He make you miss, he'll make you pay. Thus, rigging down. That's the sweet science, okay? Hit and not get hit. I will hit you and not get hit. Not just running around and hoping you not get hit or touched or put sweat on you or say, hey. Shout out to Dennis Ugas for actually promoting and showing us, displaying a Cuban style. Because that what Rigondeaux did this past couple of weekends ago. Hell no, ain't no damn Cuban. Ain't even a fighting style. That's some chicken shit. But I believe it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight, undisputed. That's what I've been saying, that it's going to be an undisputed year, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, we're keeping it going. At least Canelo Alvarez is going to have a chance to become undisputed, and 168 is going to be his first time. And if he does that, he will earn something that not Floyd Mayweather ever accomplished. Oscar De La Hoya never accomplished, and not even the 8th division world champion Manny Pacquiao has ever accomplished. He'll be a 4-division undisputed champion if he beats Caleb Plant. And Canelo Alvarez is only 31 years old, in the peak of his prime, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, incredible. Incredible, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this is a history fight for both of these fighters, because of course Caleb is also going for undisputed. Yeah, we want to say that this is going to be the Canelo show, but it ain't a Canelo show without a partner. Now I want to know how they're going to really market Caleb Plant. For those who think that, oh, you know, the white man is always this. It doesn't seem like it. The power dude is the Latino guy, okay? But how could they market Caleb Plant? Could they market him? I would tell you like this. I was thinking about it, and I say, yo, Caleb Plant, you know what they should do? He should market himself like he's a Trump supporter. And then during the promo, make it an ugly promo. So the whole world will, well, I'm not going to say the whole world going to hate him, but he could, yeah, because if he does say what I was thinking about, then he's going to be like, he's a racist, and that's going to follow him for life. But he could play like he's a Republican, and that's going to tick a lot of people off. And then they'll ask him about, yo, what you think about the wall? And he start talking about the wall. And then all the Mexican people will be tight, son. Yeah. I think Caleb Plant should, yo, he could be a big villain out here, man. He could be a big villain. I don't think he really want to do that. He's a serious dude, but yo, he could play that part. He could play that, you know. And look, if you were saying it a little bit, if you look at the interviews that we had out there in the arena, go check the video I put out. I recorded it. And he was talking about the vaccine, right? Like, I don't believe in the vaccine. Ooh, you know that liberal talk. That liberals don't like that. They don't like that. Caleb Plant, I don't believe in that. I just took it for whatever. But I don't believe in the Caleb Plant. I don't believe that. I don't know what was going on inside my body, but I just do it just so I could, you know how it is. There's a lot of people that did it just so they won't be bothered and go wherever they want to go and things of that nature, which is still bad. Because now you're forced. Society has a way of forcing you to take something that you really don't know what you're taking, and it goes inside your body. And I don't like the way that the society is doing it. I think that's very, very devilish in my opinion. Caleb Plant is a good fight. Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez is going to be a good fight, historic fight. I want to know who Tank is going to be fighting next. Yo, Rolly Romero is calling Devin Haney his son. He's saying that he's the biological father. Rolly Romero is saying, whoa, you saw that shit? Yo. Rolly Romero is saying that he's the biological father of Devin Haney. What a disrespect, Bill. Bill, don't let him rock like that, Bill. Bill Haney, man, send that boy a contract. Send that boy a contract. Hey, it would be an interesting fight. And I do think in Las Vegas, to be honest, they will pack the house. Now, I'm not going to say they'll pack it like Manny Pacquiao in the T-Mobile Arena. But I'm going to tell you like this. I think that they'll pack the house. They'll bring in, I think they'll bring in some 12,000. A great crowd, 12,000. How about 12,000 in attendance? I think Rolly will promote it. And if Mayweather will show up, because of course Mayweather been working with Devin Haney, it seems like Mayweather show more love to Devin Haney than Rolly Romero. I don't know. I'm not saying that's factual. All I'm saying, I do see him more with the Devin Haney's and Gervonta Davis than a Rolly who is signed to Mayweather Promotions. I think that Rolly is really out there by himself. He just signed to a deal, but I don't think they have as much confidence in him like they have Gervonta Davis. He's making his own mark without Mayweather, and I'm liking that move. And I think that he's one of the guys with a gift of gab as well. We was talking about Tyson Fury, Keith Thurman. Rolly Romero of this generation is probably the best trash talker. I think that would be a good fight. Rolly Romero versus Devin Haney. I mean, Devin Haney, I think in skill set, I think he got better skill set than Rolly Romero. I do think that Rolly Romero got an X factor, and that's his power. I think he got one of the best powers in that division. And if he could land some looping shots, I think it could hurt Devin Haney. We saw Devin Haney get hurt by Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares have decent power. So yeah, man, I think that fight is actually a great matchup fight for the fans, because we a boxer versus puncher, boxer versus slugger is always an entertaining fight. It's always an entertaining fight, ladies and gentlemen. Always an entertaining fight. I hope that can. Man, he's funny, man. I'm gonna say it like this: Rolly is funny. You know, a lot of people do hate him, but you know, you need you need characters like that in the sport of boxing, man. Boxing be boring. You know, I like that it's a buffet. It's a buffet of different type of characters. Who else? Of course, you got Stephen Fulton versus Figueroa, Brandon Figueroa. That's going to be a good matchup as well. Reese in the undercard. I want to see who Boo's going to be fighting next. But yeah, going back to that Gervonta Davis and Keith Thurman talk, I think I don't think that they should be talking about that. I do think that Gervonta Davis and his people should maybe Michel Rivera. Maybe give Gervonta Davis Michel Rivera. Maybe that fight. But I think that why not get Lomachenko now? Why? Because Gervonta Davis, he'll fight. I think he'll fight anybody, anytime, any place. I just don't think that his team that is so highly invested on Tank, and they should be high invested in Tank, but they shouldn't be scared, man. Because his style of fighting, even if let's say Gervonta Davis go down, his style of fighting, he's always going to entertain the crowd. There's something about Gervonta Davis that the fans is love him. You know? I think the people that hate Gervonta Davis are the people that hate Floyd Mayweather. Just because you Floyd Mayweather, you hate Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis barely talk. So I said it once before. I don't even know why people do hate him. He's entertaining. I know we don't like how his career is moving, but we all know, especially after interviews, after press conferences and things of that nature, we know exactly who are the one that's pulling the string. And Gervonta Davis is just a puppet to the puppet masters. That's all. But I think that's career suicide, in my opinion. Gervonta, that's gonna be the title of the video. And for the people that's just showing love, the super chat, you already know, man, this is recorded. So thank you for the people that send in the super chats. Love y'all all, man. Who else? I really don't want to touch base on the heavyweight like Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. I think that's over marinated content already. You know, it doesn't bring me excitement. You know, the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury doesn't bring me the excitement. I think there was too much. It's too much in that gap in between the fights. It's just too much content, too much stories, too much lying, too much no proofing, too much just. It's just a tasteless promo. Put it that way. But what's next for Manny Pacquiao? Again, I did a video and I explained yesterday. I think that Manny Pacquiao should not retire. I think he should have one more fight, and maybe if he could get that Keith Thurman, maybe a Mikey Garcia. Maybe people's talking about that 140. You know, try to go for the undisputed at 140. But Josh Taylor gonna be fighting Jack Catterall anyway. But if he beat Jack Catterall and have Manny Pacquiao back at 140, maybe 142, they could try a catch weight, maybe. That would be cool. I mean, they did it with Margarito, and it was still a title fight, but it would have to be done with Josh Taylor. I think Josh Taylor, who is a big 140, I think he'll be cool with that. Catch weight. I mean, Manny Pacquiao has done a lot of catch weights, and it'll help Josh Taylor a lot. And then Manny Pacquiao will go for undisputed for the first time. And everybody's saying that Manny Pacquiao was actually a small welterweight. I think it makes sense. Which I think it'll make sense. So that'll be what's up. I think Manny Pacquiao should not retire. I think he got one more fight. We need a finale. Y'all already know, man. One more fight. Yeah. So, man, let me know what y'all think, ladies and gentlemen. Leave the comment at the bottom. Subscribe to the channel. Why this thing is always keep on? Let me turn this light on just a little bit, man. Y'all can see me just a little bit before the sun goes down. But so yeah, there's a lot of fights. The Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk. We'll talk about that tomorrow. See what's popping with that. That's a good matchup. And Amanda Serrano, 7th Division World Champion, this Saturday on the Woodley and Paul card. She's going to break the record, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to break the record as the most knockouts in women boxing history. Don't miss it. Buy the pay-per-view. Support the fighters. See, because the boxing fans always crying and bitching. The boxing fans always go, oh man, we don't get the belts and we don't get that. I know there's guys out there that, some sexist, some just don't give a damn about the ladies and things of that nature. But she is bringing the type of action. While the UFC fans respect Ronda Rousey and JJ, how about we respect our own? She's exciting. She's getting knockouts. Amanda Serrano is going the pound for pound knockout queen of boxing. Is going to set another record. She's already in the Guinness Book of Records. In the record books, whatever you want to call it, man. You can flip it around. English is my second language. The Manny Pacquiao of women boxing, Amanda Serrano, this Saturday, Cleveland, Ohio. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. So, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.